we're moving into our first challenge, which is testing popular loadouts, ideally within the same mission. However, name of the game is to essentially scour the internet. That's across Reddit, that's across chat, and everybody that I kind of stumbled across via that be videos on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, etc. We've all seen popular loadout videos. We've all seen loadouts we should and shouldn't be using, and we're going to test them out here today. So ideally, we're going to try to keep the mission the same. We're going to start out with destroy command bunkers. We are going to try to find those consistently, and then we will just run a plethora of loadouts throughout them. So let's hop into it. Let's go. So like I said, for this particular instance, I'm going to start with the loadout I will normally go with. And then, like I said, if people decide to throw their loadouts in chat, or T, if you happen to want to go through a brief rundown of popular loadouts and throw them in chat for me, since you're in here, and I know you probably can if you want to help me out with that, and just find common loadouts that people run for the automatons, that way I can run through them as well. We'll do it that way. Let's see where we can start. I think I can't assume everything will be jam-packed. I don't want to land too close. That's by the water. Don't want to tunnel myself. Extraction's this way, so let me be smart, and I'm actually going to land over here. And I'm going to stick myself in this corner. Alright, so armor. The armor we will be using for this one, I started on the helmets. Why do I do that? I normally go back and forth between two armor sets. And that's one, the light and medium version of the scout strat, right? Which, when markers are placed on the map, you generate kind of just a scan every 2 seconds, and then the reduced range. So I normally run that, rather that be in medium or light. Kind of depends on what you want, because in this particular instance, we don't have the heat soak effect applied to this planet. I'm going to go with the medium one. If it was the lighter one, I would probably go, or if we had the heat sink effect applied to the Earth, we would then go with the lighter armor, because obviously we kind of want a little bit more stamina, and then I would bounce that up with the stamina enhancement to ensure we were good. All right, so in this instance, we don't have that effect. I don't have to worry about it, so I'm going to go with this armor. And then because the drip has to mix or match the drap, we're going to go ahead and throw this helmet on right hither. However, we're going to rock the good old Malevolent Cree because we're fighting Automa. That's not it. And we're going to get that going. All right, weapons. So I haven't took the time to actually grind the rep slips to unlock the things I would like to unlock from the new stuff, to try that out, so we'll hold off on that. However, when in doubt, the SG225 breaker is everything you're going to want it to be, and then some. So you can never go wrong with that. Obviously, if you also had, I think, the sickle or the level 70 weapon at the bottom there, that would also be my second recommendation. But me personally, I haven't grinded for that, so I'm going to go with the sickle, and we're going to use the sickle for this particular run, right? You can bounce back and forth. The grenade pistol would be a good one for this particular instance, but like I said, the loadout I normally run to start this challenge will be breaker, will be the P19 Redeemer, and stun grenades to kind of handle the hulks. That'll take care of that. All right, then for stratagems, I always go Eagle Airstrike, Orbital Laser, Autocannon, and a turret to often help fight off, and it's normally between the EMS, mortar, or the not the auto, yeah, the autocannon sentry. And that's because when you're running solos, a little bit of assistance can go the long way, and really you kind of look at it two ways. You could rather take the autocannon to kind of have you as defense, but in this particular instance, we are trying to just knock out the command bunkers. We're not really going to go for full clears per se. I think personally I'll probably attempt full clears anyway. I just can't help myself with that. However, we'll do what we can. The idea is really just to be able to test popular loadouts and see what happens with the challenge. So let's hop into it and see. I do know, given the current state of the lore and how we did push the automatons out of the last planet, and now we're kind of holding down a singular planet, the drops have been upped. So in terms of how often they're calling in reinforcements, so solo runs could be proven to be a little bit difficult, which is why we brought it down to 7. If it duly does seem to be unbearable and the challenge isn't really making any motion, we'll drop it down. That way we test it at difficulty. I'm not going to go any lower than 5 though, because most people don't. Most people play at about 5. We're jammed, so this isn't going to help me a whole lot. We're going to have to find a way to get behind Buddy. That's doable. Oh, I didn't even see him right here. Oh, how about we ducked up by... Okay, ideally not in a tight spot. I ragdolled under there. I was wondering what took me so long to get up. All right, so I'm jammed. I have to worry about from that, and then we have somebody right up here. All right. So this particular loadout, which I run, I like to call it the kind of the OG for this particular instance, because it was the autocannon and the breaker. And for a while before it got... Oh, wow, we're like immediately right out of range for that. That's even better. So now I know the jammer's on that side. Buddy hasn't noticed me yet, so that's a promise. In this particular instance, because we're close enough to the jammer, I'm going to put this over here, because that means wherever it is, we are in range. I'm assuming it's that tower on the right. And we'll go ahead and kind of work our way through that. I'm not going to stir up the top pot too much, because we do have the reduced visibility for everybody. And I'm not trying to get onto that. I like that I can hear the jammer, but... It's not... Oh, there it is. Okay, we're actively jammed now. All right. But yeah, so with this particular loadout, this is my common go-to. So for this challenge, we'll start off with this one, and then we'll just kind of read into the next challenge, and we'll go from there. However, where this one excels is overall. I think it has a good overall between defense, offense, and clearing in terms of the solo approach. I'm sorry, what does that mean, my brother in Christ? Okay, so the plus side to this is with the bonus. Okay, that was weird. With the bonus, with the visibility being applied, I can kind of break line of sight real easy. So they should kind of just like give themselves up. However, talking about the loadout, because that's what this challenge is about, right? They're not really giving me a chance to push in here. I know that building's right there, so that makes sense. So with this loadout, right, it's pretty versatile. I definitely give it a 10 out of 10 in versatility, in the sense that obviously you can clear buildings. The big con to the building piece, though, is the accuracy, right? You have to be so absurdly spot on shooting them down into the barrels, because the autocannon isn't, I guess, it's not explosive per se. It's more of like impact. So it'll just kind of ricochet off the buildings, and that's no fun. Okay, boys. I hear them shooting on my left. It's just ever so concerning. Let's see if I can get his headshot there. There we go. All right. But versatility overall is a good one. In terms of just like being a unique loadout, it's not very unique. This is pretty default go-to for everybody. A lot of people are willing to live and die by the autocannon, and I know exactly why. It's because it stands the test of time regardless of how they chose to modify it. As you can see, I got lucky enough there for the angle to be a one-tap, and we are good to go. I'm assuming with the reduced visibility, we're not going to run into too many problems with having the patrols run this way. Okay, there might be another one here. Let's see what we're working with. Who's that behind me? Take a look this way. Come on, boys. Take a bite. Do myself a favor. But yeah, it can get through most things, and that's what I like. However, it looks like the reinforcements is surreal, so I might just have to push through this because I'm wasting too much time here and kind of get the ball rolling. So we're going to ignore everything that's over there for now. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the butt later. There's our first bot drop. We'll kind of roll through this. That way we can get our supplies back, and we'll clear the distance and see how they come out. Oh, God. Brain fart right there. I read down, then up. Okay, that'll be jammer disabled. Have to worry about that drop here shortly, but that's okay. Luckily with this loadout and the EMS mortar, even if they do opt to push, I can catch them on the side. That was probably the smoothest shot I've ever had. Okay, yep, perfect. Now our hell bomb should be active. Got our hell bomb. Got our stormtrooper over here about to turn the corner. I got Buddy right here. Try not to get taken out by my own hell bomb in the process. Take them with me, and then we will move on. See if I can activate this before they have it up. Okay. There you go. Right.
Clear the area.
We're gonna get away with it just a hair. I don't want to get too far away from it, because sadly, if they destroy it, that becomes a problem. So just kind of go prone in vicinity of. And wait it out. Obviously, that should have already broke line of sight. That's not our objective, but that's the first part.
Bot asset destroyed.
All right, now let's move on to set objective. So the objectives are the command bunkers, and there are a few things you have to take into consideration when you're fighting the command bunkers. And that's the fact that they are absurdly aggressive, and they are absurdly accurate. Like, maybe all too accurate. And it truly drives me nuts. Alright. Let's see how we can get into this bad boy. Alright. So the command, I haven't tested if the autocannons are actually capable of taking the turrets off the command bunker, so that'll be one thing I get to test in this very moment with this loadout. Because disabling that to get close enough to destroy the command bunker is crucial. That sounds like heavy steps. I'll assume potentially a Hulk. I like to try to see if I can scale these every now and then. It builds like a nice element of surprise. Nope, that's just this bad boy. Surprise, boys, I'm here. There we go. Okay. Let's see. We'll just get a little bit risky and dive over. I need to take him out. That's unfortunate. For that to happen right there. Dive. Take our cornerback. He'll creep his way over. Oh, I'll just go around instead. Switch it up. Poke. Come back out. Poke. That's a miss. Check left. Cleared. My man practically took his teammate out. Unfortunate. Alright. Is that a tank? Just trying to scan the situation before I ape my way in there. I shot too low. There it is. The little pain in the butt of my life. That is these destroyers. Alright. Here. Try not to waste it too often, but in this particular instance where I need to get to the command bunker, and they have me in a pinch to ensure that I don't get pulled on from the back, we're just going to have this focus on that. It might focus on the command tower. A little unfortunate. The Devastator did exactly what I was expecting it to do. And that was to shoot me dead in the throat with obscure through rock, through wall, through stone, grit, and everything else. Wow, that was a very good thing on this part. Alright, let's just creep our way back up there. And this is why I like to scale things, because it's like, oh no, my equipment's up there, but I already established that I don't necessarily need to go back around for it. However, that means I still have to do a full clear on this place. And that's plain. Nope, you first. Drop down, drop down, drop down. Stagger. Or just blow his arm off. He's truly a pain in the butt. Oop, reloading's important. Don't let him catch you surprise. Okay, I don't know who that is, but that sounds painful. And you see what we mean by lining up your shots with the breaker. The breaker, regardless of how they nerfed it, is still absurdly effective, which is why I like this loadout. Obviously, it's not the most popular loadout now. But it's one that I've gotten used to, and that right there is me demonstrating the autocannon needing like absurd amount of like pinpoint accuracy for you to be able to blow those up in one shot. It honestly, it like pushes me off the edge, bro. I honestly hate that. However, there looks like, was that it? I got the objective complete earlier, so that's probably not one I have to worry about. All right, moving on. Let's rotate up this way. Like I said, we're not really going to aim for a full clear. We're aiming to test loadout efficiency on objectives to complete missions. And then the parameter is to try to keep the mission the same. So I'm going to just milk this while it's here. And then we're going to push on to the next one. Ideally, if I can go for like, if it's in route like this, but I'm not necessarily going to go out the way for this. For this particular challenge. And that's okay. Oh, fat fingered that. I hear what appears to be supplies on my left. Am I in a compound right now? Yeah, I definitely heard it. Oh, this is where I blew. Okay, I blew everything up. Gotcha. Just break line of sight and keep moving. Oops. I may look for the rare sample or the super rare samples, but I kind of need more common samples. However, if you need common samples and you need them quickly, just run the lower difficulties. Run lower difficulties, and you have like a greater chance of one, finding more common samples, but two, getting out with significantly more, because obviously you're not fighting for your career like you are in the higher difficulties. That's kind of the key thing. People try to clear them like they normally would in lower difficulties, and that often is, it's not very fruitful. So that you can see that took me 10 minutes. That's 10 minutes between fighting between the jammer, clearing that, and pushing through this way. Honestly, a lot of that was probably clearing the jammer because I sat there trying to see if I can eliminate the enemy. And that's just going to happen. That's it. However, we'll keep going. Let's see if we can clear this out. A relatively good clear is nice. Is that another jammer? Okay, I'll do that. Figure this out. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, so they're stacked. It's this small one to that medium one back there. That's okay. So we'll tackle this one. However, back to the loadout. So, yes. Right, so obviously the main focus of this build is we're built around the autocannon. I don't know if you guys have played like any type of card games or anything like that. Okay, that's thanks. Devastator doing what Devastators do and shooting once again through the smoke with more accuracy than they're worth. Because, you know, for some reason they got eyes that I've never seen before. I gotta turn around for buddy right here. Strider's about to bank left. Okay, he clearly thought I was over there. That was awful. Did we take the Devastator out? At least we did. Peekaboo. Oh, I missed. Unfortunate. Surprise. Didn't miss that, though. Get off of me, please. Alright. So this is a small one. Shouldn't be a big deal. Obviously, it doesn't help when they can see me a little bit smoother than I can see them. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So the autocannon is what this is built around, and my kind of idea behind these things is that you kind of think of it like a card game, right? You know what winning conditions you need to set to win when you're playing card games, and your deck is built around that winning condition. Same boat, right? So I know the autocannon is my means for clearing objectives, taking out heavies. So how do I support that? I need something to take out swarms. And I need something to be able to keep myself up. However, in this instance with the autocannon, I can't necessarily run the backpack. So if you can't run the backpack... Oh, that's right, I'm jammed, so I'm going to have to fight this head off. If you can't run the backpack, then you just kind of look at everything else. Right, this is why I have stun grenades. This is why I have all those other nice things. See if I can two-tap the Hulk. I killed somebody, but I didn't kill the Hulk, so it bamboozled me into thinking I had killed the Hulk. Here we go, Hulk down. Right, so the counter to this is that some people would say, right, the Q cannon, we'll get to the Q cannon too. I know that's one build that's inevitably going to have to happen this time. But the Q cannon's charge up time is what kind of puts me away from it. I love it. I definitely stand by its ability to make things happen. What I don't stand by is its cooldown time. And while it's obviously not super long, it's not super short either. So this is kind of the loadout I've learned to run solos in. Once again, the Devastator just shooting at absurdly nothing. Did I get him? I'm just gonna take you out with this dude because it's driving me nuts. I have to swing a little wide for this one. Here we go. Okay. But yeah, and the Q cannon is great. Like I said, I love it, and we'll do that. We'll test that loadout in this same mission again too. I'll make that the next one I run. That out of my face, please. Hopefully that wasn't a surprising fact to nobody. Kind of always shift my focus to these guys. They should get it by the backdraft. Here we go. Alright, and we'll walk through this. I heard that thick boy over there. Not going to put too much focus into that. I don't know where you were looking, but you were definitely looking the wrong way. That's unfortunate. You don't sound like you're in a helmet. I liked it for this, though. Honestly, I really thought about keeping it, but I didn't know how to replicate it enough. And that's what was upsetting. So I figured out what triggered it. It was because the sound suppression setting I was utilizing and how my mic is set up was triggering it. But at lower tempos like this, I couldn't get it to consistently activate, and it was super upsetting because the moment, I don't remember if it was you or somebody else, you were like, oh yeah, it sounds like Claptrap. I was like, oh my god, it does sound like Claptrap, and that truly would be like the most unique thing ever because it matches the Helldiver, but I couldn't recreate it at that tone. So eventually I'm going to learn how to play with like the sound effect settings, and then I'm going to reintroduce it then. But for now, I took it off because I didn't want to like create that inconsistency. But yo, the moment somebody said Claptrap, I was like, bro, some people just are instantly big brained when they piece things together. Oh shit, I'm absurdly in this. Okay, we gotta go guys. I need you to get away. I need you to get away. No. Ew. Honestly, the moment somebody was just like, unless it's intentional, which is cool, like I was like, bro, I was like, it does sound pretty cool, huh? Especially for this game. Oh my god, dude. I think it would be funny for like my shorts, like my short videos, like my YouTube shorts and my TikToks. I like to think it might be a little weird on my YouTube videos, but it's definitely something I want to reintroduce when I'm like collaborating with friends and whatnot. Because I think in that moment it'd be super hilarious. Oh, this is a heavy outpost. All right, I might just... Is that a fabricator? What am I looking at here? That's not. That's something tall, though. Okay, pistol. What are we doing? There we go. It was funny. It had a little bit of uniqueness. I liked when somebody pitched that idea. I definitely just have to figure out a way to make it consistent, and then I'll bring it back. Really, it'd probably just be like a voice changer. It's probably a lot easier than I'm thinking. I just haven't been able to put it through trial. Once I learned how to replicate it, my brain was like, let's fix it, let's fix it. And instead I could have been like, oh, how do we recreate this perfectly? We missed that by 1, which is unfortunate because now that means I need to 2-tap the Hulk. There we go. We're good. They already got the bot drop in, so there's not much else I can do about that. However, if you can see why I love this loadout and why I opted to start with this challenge, obviously it's because I'm comfortable with this loadout. However, versatility is key, baby. It's everything I need. Oh, shoot. Didn't even notice I was right here. I gave myself away. Somebody's over there. I'm trying to take this one out at least. And that's that one. Woo! Looking is important. I get it. Luckily, with the blur or the smog effect on the earth, it makes it real easy to break their line of sight. Look at my man is lost. I'm like 10 feet in front of him. I might have to stun this one. Or not, because he, for some reason... Okay. This might have been like the best day to do this, clearly. Ooh, let me play that smart. There we go. Yes, I know. You guys just keep spawning in. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Can I have a break, please? Oh, you guys are spawning in quicker. This is not good. Oh, shoot. Get off! Get off! Get off! Thank you! Gotta reload. Don't forget you can melee. Meleeing is important. The Hulks really aren't giving me a break here. I'm like trying to clear this compound, and they're just giving me no room to flex on them. He didn't die. I'm sorry. My brother in Christ, you didn't die? Am I getting walked up on? I have to clear these out. Alright. This is what we'll do. Maybe I should stop holding on to these so religiously. I try not to instantly default to stratagems. That's a weird thing a lot of people do too. They're like, are like so hell-bent on using their stratagems the moment like they see like 6 or more. And really it's just rotational management. Like that'll handle a lot of your problems. When it comes to these guys, I've learned it's better to shoot them in the chest than it is to shoot them in the head. But I still have a habit of trying to aim for the head. They split in half a lot better than they do getting shot in the dome. Alright. Watch out for landmines. We'll swing wide. We'll grab any samples we can. Take care of buddy right here real quick. Take care of this right here. And to be honest, if I can break line of sight on him, I won't even waste my time. There we go. All right, pushing on to the next objective. Except this time I'll try not to use my orbital. That way we can actually put this loadout through the ringer and see its effectiveness in this manner. Okay, so there's the command bunker and all of its beauty. Let's see if we could take out the cannons from here. Okay, so the autocannon is capable of taking out the turrets, which is good because that will allow us to get close enough for the hell bomb. Right, I shouldn't have to take out the whole thing. Kind of just pick a side, focus that side, try to wax that side, rinse and repeat. Obviously, depending on worldly effects and things like that. I think I'm kind of roaming in best case scenarios right now, where with their limited visibility on top of mine. Okay, that's online. Clearly, one of those can still see you. So don't fall for that. Sure is. Let's fix that real quick. Keep that there, just in case. Tell me to go ahead and be more lively, so 18 shots on stream. My Onyx, my dear friend. I don't get me wrong. Cheers, right? That's exactly the way I looked at it. But 18? I'm gonna need clips of that because there's no way that is operating as smoothly as my brain believe it can. Who shot me? One of them was capable of seeing it. He didn't. Okay. I love this effect on these planets. It said go ham. I'll personally go ham. That's a good way to take that. Oh, that's a turret.
Freedom forever.
Can I take that out with this? Is that like destroyable or is that like built in?
Mag's empty.
It looks like it's working. What do you stream? Were you the one that streamed For Honor? I'm trying to remember everybody's game. That was actually a good little bundle of people we had. That was like a good little group. That was probably like some of the more receptive like streamers I've watched. So why did I ping that? Which is crazy because most people are oddly defensive about how they do things. Look at my talk. The best one is the galaxy equals punch. Does that work? Do people? That works. Of course that works. Because we all are equipped with alcoholism in 2024. Honestly, it's not a bad way to live. In 18, 5 to 5, galaxy equals 5, 10, 50. Oh, that means you got some. That means people chipped in. That's bonkers.
Clear the area.
Clear the area, but obviously it's not going to take out the things I needed to take out, so I'm going to like soft step this way for a second. Let that do its thing. Okay. That was a weird time for a bot drop. Now I just need to know if the bot drop made it or if they went down in a blaze of glory. It sounds like they went down. And another one came to take its place. I am working on a theory that I think you could actually arc those in there, like depending on your angle of shooting it. That's unfortunate. You guys can see me and I can't see you. Because you guys brought a party. And you brought my favorite big guy. God of War guy. Oh, yeah. It was sub a shot, 100 gifts in TikTok, a shot if I die. My brother, and in God of War, that's crazy. Or were you roaming on a different game for that one? I would have liked to think you definitely went with that. Maybe a different game. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Now look this way, please. My brother, you look the wrong way. Oh, you looked the wrong way, and now you're in range. Even worse. Skirt. Okay, let's try this again. Except this time, please get stunned and look this way. There we go. Let's go back to what we were doing. An injured hit. It's like I set myself up for exactly what I intended to happen. Honestly, makes for a good stream. That sounds like a pretty good time, especially if we got peeps to join in on that. W stream approach. Told you, bro. We're going places. Big time going places. I'm liking all the samples I'm getting too. 15 shots, 2 shots. My brother in Christ. I think this is normally the part where they sprinkle in a little bit of water. Tell them, bro. One rose is a shot of water. Oh, this one is cleared. I've just been kind of playing it for no reason. All right, we're going to wax this out since we're about to kind of go a little bit of the waste. Keep going. Surprisingly, I died 8 times. Okay. Again, last only once. Now, that's a particular set of skills you happen to have. That's bonkers. I'm bobbing, I'm weaving, I'm bobbing, I'm weaving. So this is clear, but I'm just kind of like, just because I can, I'm clearing it out. But really, I run a big risk like stirring the pot like that. All right. Let me not get too into the weeds. Just because it's going smoothly doesn't mean you need to get cocky.
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
Yes, I am, and look at them. Get away from me, please. That was close. So, I guess I'm forcefully taking care of this one. However, if this hasn't proved the ability of this particular loadout, then I digress. So can't move my thumbs on my finger. Hey. And being committed to it. Some people just, hey, you gotta pick up like one of those like Xbox controllers that have like the handicap features on them. And then like run a challenge trying it with that on. My brother in Christ, you did, who shot me? Because it wasn't you. Who's out here messing things up for?
Enemy tactical asset within threat range.
Is it? Within threat range? That sounds a lot more concerning. Why did they make that sound so concerning? Yes, I know I'm about to get shot from the side. Hello. Can I have a second? Oh my god, your arm hurts. Oh god, I was like bleeding out. Alright. Take care of that. Where are our sweet artillery pieces? We got a bot drop. Alright, I'm just gonna... Where are we at? Is there a third one anywhere? Or is this all I gotta worry about? Okay, just that one. So we're gonna move on to this one. The brace is crazy.
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
I'm sorry. Did my Eagle miss? Eagle 1, did you miss Eagle 1? Eagle 1. You missed, Home Splice. I couldn't have pinpointed you any more onto the target. And their weak point is just always in rotation. It's like it knows I'm right here. That's what's unfortunate. Alright.
Mag's empty.
That always happens to me. You know what's happened? That happens 90% of the time with the Hulks. And now he's got me in like a pickle. Oh, okay. Nope. Just the general vicinity of the vent will do. I like that. Alright, moving on. So as we see, it can clear artillery. I mean, by now we've established it can clear pretty much anything with the right angle and the right repetition. 2 for Hulks. 3 for artillery. A handful for the outpost, depending on your angle. The more spot on that you can directly shoot it in there, the better. I gotta be cognizant of this bad boy up here. Take that out before it takes me out. Like that. Oh god, am I burning?
KIA deploying replacement.
There was something right there, wasn't there? There had to be something right there.
Request approved. Reinforcements on the way.
No, put me right back on top of that.
Ready to liberate.
Y'all trust, and liberating we are. Oh god, surprise. Boys, you have to give me a second to breathe. You're not giving yourselves a chance to live if you're not giving me a second to breathe. You're really harming yourself. I'm sorry, did that thing just take down now? Okay, but what he just did was create me an opportunity, my brother in Christ. I mean, if you want to pretend to lose me right there, that's okay too. Did I take this one out? I did. Oh no, something's up. He's got an angle, I just can't see him. Where is he at? There he is. Okay, there's that one. Then there's the main gun that's on the building. I wonder if I'm capable of like arcing this. And normally ricochets. Just like angle testing, really. About me. Is this the part where I pull the streamer card? I'm like, this is where you can go to my About Me section and read my bio. No, I'm just kidding. You know, not a whole lot about me. Oh, snap. So the first thing about me, I tend to be often blind to things in video games, as you can see right there. Nah, man, you know, I got one kid on the way. That makes for 2. That's gonna end my my breeding chain line there because, you know, 2 is a pretty good number. Service member of the masses, joined the military because, you know, it's rather college or I just pretend I know what I'm doing. In this case, I went for the military. So I do that in the mornings or all day long, and I stream every other time. Boop. 27 years young, 28. 27, 28. Honey, am I 20? I'm 28 now, huh? My birthday was recently. It's in March. But no, I'm not. Oh, sorry. I'm not trying to focus up just yet on you. I am panic playing at the moment. I need to get off of it. I gotta make sure that lives, but I also don't want to be in range when that goes off. So I'm running into a few problems. Oh, get me up. But no, yeah, couple kids, married, doing military shenanigans. I'm gonna die to this. I just have to accept the fact I'm gonna die to this. I didn't die to this. Not only is that awesome, but yeah, born in Florida, currently in the wonderful world of Tejas, which is a very unique state, if I had to say so myself. 1010 do not recommend coming here. I would definitely put Florida. I'm sorry, did I die? Where's my cannon? Guys, you have my stuff. Where's my stuff? I'm not leaving until I have my things. Find me my things. Find me my things. Whatever is behind me seems to be a lot more concerning than what's in front of me. You guys are tripping me up back here. Where are my things? Sorry, I died down here. I did. I got imploded, didn't I? But yeah. That's a little bit about me. Everything else is just kind of tedious detail about military life. I've been doing it for years. I've been in the military for far too long for some and not long enough for others. That being smack dab at the middle of 9 years, and depending on your military background and or knowledge, you will know that 20 years is what we all dream of, 10 years is what we all panic about, and anything before that is more like a, am I doing this forever? Or am I just going to pretend that everything's okay while I'm surrounded by a ball of fire? I've went with option 2. I've accepted the fact I'm surrounded by a permanent ball of fire, and I've learned to walk through the berm, so it's been a great time. And a secret fun fact about me that not many know is that me and my wife are actually both in the military, except we don't share the same last name because we like to play games on people. It's truly a fun experience. I 10/10 recommend for all my military folks out there, if you are married to a service member, hold off on that for a second. Have some fun. Play with your command team. They will thank you later. And by that, I mean, they'll thank you because they won't ever know you're married, and then they'll feel guilty, so they have to give you something in return. Like, damn, I'm so sorry I never paid attention to your life, dude. I apologize. I didn't know. I didn't know you were like that, dude. Oh, let me call supplies down. I used my supply earlier. Am I stocked up? I am stocked up. Okay, if for some reason I die.
Sending down support weapon.
Alright, let's call this supply, and let's close out the rating. I totally meant to actually go for these two. Alright, I'll chalk it up as a loss in that department. Okay, we got our mortar sentry down. We have our orbital laser. We have some equal airstrikes. We have everything we need to survive. That's okay. So as we're waiting for... Where is it shooting? As we're waiting for our mans to come pick us up, obviously I'm biased. I'm going to give this bad boy a 10 out of 10. I think this is probably the most versatile loadout you could use at the moment in terms of learning to solo and kind of like taking your first steps into it. It could seem overwhelming because you don't have any type of defense mechanism on yourself, and by that I mean you don't have a shield generator. But trust, once you get that comfort, you don't try not to using it because you know how to use it and using it to crutch the defense are two different things. However, the autocannon, the breaker, your stun grenades to handle hulks and or multiple hulks will be everything you need, right? Like I said, in this particular instance, whereas normally I like to try to play 8 and do Helldiver, I know everybody who plays isn't always playing in the higher difficulties, so I kind of went with the average percentile, and I'm doing these in 7s because that's more difficult than what most people play in. However, that's also just hard enough for it to be applicable in the harder difficulties. Now, where that doesn't work is key actors, I should say for a better word, that you see in higher difficulties that you do not see in lower difficulties, i.e. impossible difficulty, and sometimes in suicide difficulty you will see the fabricator. The fabricator, while the autocannon is perfect for taking out oh god, for taking out the drones, I can't forget there, I'm drawing a blank on the name, but for taking out the drones, you know, obviously it doesn't apply that defense. They really got that off right over the top of me. Oh, never mind. Too late. Shuttle's landing. Sorry, boys. Good job on the bot drop, but you're all too late. That and like the AT-AT. The AT-AT, obviously, it's still capable of taking it down. However, I think you have to like shoot it straight into the little opening there. I haven't actually engaged in an AT-AT yet. I had the Helldiver difficulty, so I thought, and then I had to do an impossible difficulty to unlock it, so I just haven't dabbled in it yet. Plus, I kind of like work my way in increments until I have a level of comfort to where even if everybody left in the game, I was able to play. However, in a mix of all of that closing out, which will essentially become my YouTube video, this is what I'll consider episode 1 for rating popular loadouts 1 through 10 and determining if they are worth or not worth using to the common Helldiver. In terms of my loadout, I'm gonna coin it the fragging bag, okay? The autocannon, the breaker, your stun grenade, your SMG, your orbital laser, your eagle strike, and your EMS sentry, or any of the mortars. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 in versatility. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 in terms of capturing buildings, in terms of like the small outposts, because sometimes you need to be very direct, and depending on the angle of those, it could be absurdly annoying to try and hit those. So in that instance, in terms of clearing out outposts, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I think there are a few things that could do that a lot better. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. In terms of usability and difficulty rating, I give it an 8 out of 10. In that particular instance, I think anybody at any difficulty can pick this loadout up. You should, I think, come level 20, be able to get this loadout in full. Level 10 should get you half the loadout. But come level 20, it's a super versatile, super comfortable solo and group-friendly loadout to use. And for that instance, I will give the frag and bag loadout a 10/10 recommend. And as always, if you're enjoying the content, always subscribe, like, follow, check out the socials. It's much love. It's appreciated. Yes. I'll see you guys for the next one.